Good morning. Welcome to today's low impact functional fitness class. So before we get started, I'm going to put a playlist in the comments so that you can play some music if you wish. You don't have to, of course. You can do as you please. And then I'm going to make sure that everything is a-okay here. Perfect. And I'm going to share the feed. So just give me 1 second and then we'll get started. So let's just share this over to the group. There we go. So there's a Spotify playlist in the comments. If you wish to have some music to go along with your class, you can of course play any music that you wish. And before we get started, and I'll try to remind you again later, if you are participating, you can just leave a comment that says I'm participating or I participated. The town of Kempville is participating in the Community Better Challenge with Participaction, and they're coming in after the classes and counting all of your active minutes. So if you want to just add a little comment to let us know that you participated, that way they can add your active minutes. That would be fabulous. I'm going to just play my music here, except it's the wrong music. There we go. And we'll head on over. I think we have a friend. Good morning, Rose Tyler. How are you today? It's nice of you to join us. Let's start with a march. So last Tuesday, I had all sorts of problems. And I figured out what they were. It took me all day because the camera kept, as soon as I went live, it would zoom in and you could only see part of the screen. And I couldn't figure out why, because the webcam literally does not have the zoom capabilities. But I realized it was because this here is broadcasting in HD, so you get the widescreen. And I think because there was so many people using the internet, that Facebook or my internet provider, whomever, couldn't keep up. So they just made everything standard definition, and that takes everything in. Remember back in the day when we went from having regular TVs to widescreen, and for a while you'd have black edges on either side because not everything was in widescreen. It's kind of like that. Anyway, we've got it sorted. We're here. You can see me. You can see the floor. You can see Rose. We're good. Let's go to a heel dig. Heel and heel. So this afternoon, if you're doing the replay, or evening, you're going to need some floor space, obviously. You're going to need a little bit of wall space. You're going to need a chair. And if you have a set of weights, hopefully you have those nearby. If you don't, of course, you can grab anything, or you can do without weights in your hand. You're still going to get a training effect. So I'm going to use lots of stuff this morning. Let's add in our arms. We'll reach. Now, I will say that I am broadcasting from outside of Facebook. I'm using an external software program to make sure that we could have our widescreen. So sometimes it doesn't show me comments until after the class is over. So if you're saying hi or anything else and I'm not replying, it's because I can't see it. Four, three, two. Let's take the arms and legs both to the side. Four, three, two. Let's take it back. We'll tap back and we'll reach back into a little tricep extension. Now we're purposely going to keep our intensity extra low today because we are, of course, in a heat wave. There's a whole lot of day left, so we don't want to get super hot. Meanwhile, I'm wearing pants and a t-shirt. Let's march. But it's only 20 degrees down here. Let's glue down our heels. We'll tap our toes. Four, three, two, and march. So take it out a little bit wider. And we'll add a reach. Reach, reach. Take it across the front. Four, three, two, little step touch, step together, step together. And into a hamstring curl. And let's march. We're going to do 3 marches, 1 tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. On that tap, let's add a clap. Four more. And march. Let's get a drink. Bring my phone on over. Because if I do that, I should be able to see comments if they come in. All right. Let's glue that one leg down. With the opposite leg, we step out to the side, shifting your weight, step back in. Stepping out and in. So while we're doing this, let's have a little combo. Looks like maybe we're not going to have to stay virtual for much longer. The press conference yesterday said we were on track to move to phase 2 on the 16th, which is a week from tomorrow. So, fingers crossed, next week maybe will be our last week, and then we can go back to in person, probably in the park. We'll find out. Let's do one more. And we'll switch sides. Make sure you're shifting your weight in and out of that leg. We'll do 2 more. Last one. We're going to go back to that first leg. I'm going to angle myself to the side a little bit because we're going to take a step forward, shifting your weight forward. Step back, shifting back. Forward, back. And then we're going to add in that side. So we're coming forward to the side, back, together. Again, forward, side, back, together. Let's go around one more time. And then we'll put our weight in that standing leg and tap front, side, back, together. One, two, three, four. Let's do 2 more times around. Last one. And then we're going to switch legs. We're going to start back with that front and back. Shift your weight forward and back. Two more. Last one. And then we'll add in that side. We come forward, side, back, together, forward, side, back, together. Two more times around. Last one. And then weight in the standing foot. We tap front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. Keep a little bend in your standing leg. Two more times. Last one. Let's march. Actually, let's march ourselves right over to our water and get a drink while we're here. And I can see my Post-it note reminder. If you're participating, to leave a comment here on Facebook saying that you're participating or you participated, so the town of Kempville can count your active minutes towards their Community Better Challenge that they're doing with Participation for the month of June. March. I always feel so pleased with myself when I remember to tell you that in itself is an accomplishment. Okay. Let's go to heel dig. Heel, heel, double heel, 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 double heel. Doing really short cardio this morning because if you hadn't noticed, heat wave. So we're just going to take this for a couple minutes. We're going to add our arms, starting with just a bicep curl. Curl, curl, double heel, single, single, double heel. Then on that double, let's add an overhead press. So it's a curl press, curl, curl, curl press, curl press. Four more. Then three. Two more. Last one. Okay, let's come to a support, whether you want to just touch your wall, chair, something along those lines. We're going to stand feet hip width apart. Slight bend in your knees. We're going to lift up the toes and down. Just a little calf raise. A lift and lower. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. And just go ahead and hold on to something that way. You don't have to worry about balance. Focus on the movement. Sometimes we want to challenge our balance, and so we might want to try without. But today, let's just focus on the leg exercise. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Feet on the ground. Little bend in the knees. Ankle focus. You're going to come forward so small so you feel your toes start to grip into the floor. Then you come back to neutral. So here I am neutral, straight up and down-ish. And I start to come forward, feel my toes grip, come back to neutral. Move forward. Notice my heels aren't lifting. When you do it, because they are kind of coming like a millimeter probably off the floor, but it's not like here, right? So we're keeping down, shifting your weight forward essentially, and then back. So at no point are we leaning backwards into our heels. We're just coming to neutral and then forward. So this is helping to strengthen both our feet, but more specifically our ankles. And you should feel the muscles on either side of your foot kind of working as we move from forward back to neutral. Let's do a couple more. This is a really subtle exercise. Did I say how many? Let's do 2 more after this one. And then last one. And then, assuming that we're all near a wall or something that we can put our hand on, we're going to come right into a pectoral stretch. So remember, most people have over-tightened pectoral muscles. So to help counterbalance that, obviously we need to stretch them. Pectoral muscles are a little bit tricky to stretch, but a wall works really well. So we're going to stand with our fingers pointing away from our body. You can keep a bend in this elbow, and you're just going to step forward, pressing forward through the shoulder until you feel a bit of a stretch. Now it should feel like a good stretch. It shouldn't feel like someone's ripping you apart. And I don't know how well you can see. Actually, I'll just turn to the side. But my elbow stays pretty bent throughout here. I'm not back here. I'm here. And then I'm just pushing forward through that shoulder. I'm going to stay here, I don't know, another 20 seconds or so. I can't actually see much, so just have to guess. All right, and then gently ease off of that. Before we switch sides, let's just give that arm a little swing. Give it a second to recuperate. And then we'll switch sides. So fingers pointing away. Bending the elbow, stepping forward, then pressing forward through that shoulder that's closest to the wall. Four, three, two, and release. Once again, we'll give the arm a few swings. And actually, we're going to continue to work through the shoulder a little bit here. So we're going to go back to that first arm that you stretched. You can just hold on to the wall. You can hold on to your chair. If you have your chair nearby, I'll just grab mine. What we're going to do, the back of a chair is going to be a little bit easier if you have that. You're going to hinge just a little bit, just enough that your arm can just kind of hang like a rag doll. And you're just going to draw a circle in the air with your arms, just letting it hang nice and limply. And then same thing in the opposite direction. There's so many nerves and muscles that are all wrapped up in your shoulder. It's no wonder that we get so many shoulder issues. But doing this can help release some of those impinged nerves a little bit. It's not going to solve the world's problems. But if you're having a little bit of shoulder pain or a little bit of back of the neck pain up in here, this can really help. Now, we just did circles. You're now going to draw a figure 8. We're not going to stay here for too long because I know the blood is going to start to pool in your fingers. That's not super comfortable. But let's take that figure 8 in the opposite direction. Really let that arm hang heavy. That is key here. And then slowly come on up. Let's just lift that hand up. Shake the hand a little bit. And then we're going to switch sides. So I'll move my chair. Bending just enough that you can let that arm hang heavy. You can see I'm still mostly upright and drawing the circle. Not very exciting, but super helpful. And then let's switch directions. I can actually feel something a little bit clunky in my shoulder on this side. And then let's take that figure 8. You know, I'm not very good at drawing a figure 8 on this side. That's weird. And then let's take that figure 8 the opposite direction. And come on up. Let's give that hand a shake. I'm going to teach you another little release that you can do. This is if you're having shoulder issues again, this can be really helpful. Assuming again that you have a chair or the back of your couch, countertop, something along those lines that you can put your hands on that it's about waist level. You don't want anything that's up too high. And what you do is you actually just push down on the chair. Just push, 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 push. And then relax. Maybe swing your arms around a little bit. Bring your hands back to the chair. You're going to push. It should look outwardly like you're not doing much of anything. And relax. And I can't remember the scientific reasoning behind it, but for whatever reason, putting that straight downward pressure when you're having an impinged nerve issue with your shoulder, it can, again, help to release it. I'd love to tell you exactly. I'd like to be able to say the word exactly. I would like to tell you exactly why that helps, but I can't remember. But it does. It does. I just can't remember why. But while we're here, let's go ahead and let's have a seat in our chair. Let's grab our weights. If you did have some weights that you were going to use today, and you can do this next season. What is this? Is this a TV show? No. This next series, standing. I prefer to sit because my basement has a low ceiling, and otherwise I risk smashing the light fixture, which I would rather not do. So we're going to start first in a bicep curl. So we're just going to lift and lower. Yes, I could absolutely do this standing. But this also gives us a good opportunity, standing or seated, to think about posture, right? Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. If we're standing, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Curl, curl. Let's go from a regular bicep curl to a W curl so we come out on an angle. Curl. We curl. Keep going. Curl. Curl. Four more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your arms down, elbows bent, palms facing one another. Fingers relaxed. We're going to lift and lower. We lift and lower. Lifting just to shoulder height. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overhead press, hands come up, single arms, right, left. Press, press. Eight more like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring your arms in. Just going to do a little pulse. We could be in for some excitement, guys. There is a housefly in this room. Rose has just realized that it's here, and she's scampering about. Hopefully, she doesn't knock over any lights. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come down. Whew, if you're using 2 weights, probably can sit 1 down. We're going to do triceps. If you want to double up the weight, you can, but for most of us, 1 is going to be enough. We're going to bring the arm out. We extend and bend. Keep that elbow lifted. Remember, tricep is the back of the arm. Hi, did you lose your fly? What a sad story. Yeah. We were out on our deck. Our back deck is all closed in so the kitties can go out and not get away. We were on the deck quite a bit on Saturday and Sunday with the door open. And as a result, we have too many flies. 4, 3, 2. Let's switch sides and reach. They have caught a few of them. We have found a few corpses. But there's one big one. Ugh. I don't know why a big housefly is so much more insulting than a regular sized one, but it is. And I swear it is obsessed with me because it's around me constantly. It's not like we live in a one-room house here. There's other places for you to go fly. Right, Rose? Oh dear. Okay. Get it together. Goodness. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll sit that weight down. What are you doing? You're crazy. All right. Let's sit nice and tall. Let's start by tapping our toes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to have our feet together. You need to come down, I'm afraid. We're going to open and close. I can't balance you on nothing. Two more. Last one. And then we're going to bring our feet together. We're going to open at the toes, heels. Keep going until you can't go any further. Then bring everything back in, working through internal, external rotation through your hip. Oh, goodness. The downfall when we move classes back to the park or into the rec center is Rose can't come. Everybody always misses Rose. One more time. The next time you come in, go ahead and stay there. We're going to keep a little bit of space between our feet, hands to the outside of our knees. Rosie, everybody needs to see. We're going to lift up the inside of our shoes without letting our knees move. Hopefully you know what you're doing. Two more. Make two fists, put those between your knees. A little bit more space between your feet, lifting up the outside of your shoes. One more. And then we're going to extend one leg, heel on the laces, and you're going to drag that heel up to your knee and back down. Use your arms to help you if you need to. And then we'll cross our ankle over our shin, or if without using our hands, we can bring it above the knee, or we can bend the knee. Wherever you are, make sure that you're keeping this foot flexed, protecting your knee. Hi. And then we're going to switch sides, extend the leg, heel on the laces. Come on up. You want to leave us? You've caused enough trouble? And then we'll cross our ankle over our shin, staying here or coming above the knee, or bending the knee if you can without using your hands. And then we'll come on down. I'm going to come forward just a tiny bit here. So we're going to sit nice and tall in our chair. We're not leaning against the back of it. And we're going to bring our arms up to shoulder level. We're going to rotate and lower. We rotate and lower. Thinking about your upper back, the area between your shoulder blades. So where you should be feeling this initially, later on you're going to feel it through your arms and your shoulders because they're going to get tired. But initially we want you to feel it in your upper back. Relax your fingers. Got 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Arms come down, shoulder rolls. And done. We're going to stand on up. I know you thought you were done standing. Not for life, hopefully. Oh, we are going to do a calf stretch. So we're going to step back, heel right to the floor, standing nice and tall. If you need to hold on to the chair, you can, but if you don't need to, you don't have to. And then if you want, same arm as back leg can reach up and then slightly over your head. Come on in. Let's switch sides. Same thing, if you wish, you can reach up. Bring the arm down. Let's step in. Let's take a quick second for a water break. I need lip balm, and it's all the way over here this morning. Not very well thought out of me. And then I'll get a drink. Okie dokie. Standing behind our chair. I'm going to turn it forward. You're going to step out a little bit wider. So depending on how long your legs are, mine are wider than the chair, but yours might not be. And turn out whatever's comfortable for your feet. We're going to just do a little tiny squat and lift. Little squat and lift. Just a baby. We bend and straighten. So this is a plie squat, a little different than what we usually do. Helps us work into our inner thighs a little bit more. Can be a little bit nicer on the knees as well. And you can totally do this with your feet forward. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's see if we can hold this one a little bit longer. Let's do a little pulse if we can. Oh boy. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Bring those feet in. You can keep your chair where you have it. I'm just going to move to mine to the side. Weight in one foot. We lift and lower. Bend in that standing knee. Keeping your toes all pointing forward. So it's not a very big lift. We're not turning out at the side. Four more. Last 2. And then we're going to switch sides. Lift. Four to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to turn my chair again so that you can see. And we're going to do a rear leg lift. 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 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Lift. Lift. Four, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to step back, hinging at the hip, keeping your head above your heart. Bring my floor back, put my floor back together. And then we're going to bring one foot forward, heel into the floor, coming into a hamstring stretch. If you want, you may even be able to bring your chair in, rest your forearms on it, depending on the height of the back. And then we'll switch sides. Then let's slowly step in. Let's bring the leg up, grabbing onto your leg, pant leg, shoelace, whatever, or place your foot on the seat of your chair. And we'll switch. So again, grabbing your pant leg, sock, shoelace, ankle, foot, whatever, or placing your foot on your chair. And then we're going to spend the last quarter of class working on neck and back flexibility and releases. I've had a lot of messages and comments recently from people who have been enjoying the stretches that I've added in. So let's go ahead and add some of those in again today. So we're going to start off standing. Keep your chair nearby. You are going to need that. And you're going to give yourself a hug. So right now I'm straight on. I'm going to twist, but I'm only going to twist about 45 degrees-ish. Basically, this is the middle of the room. I'm going to turn so I'm looking at the corner, back to the middle, to the opposite corner. So it's not going to be a big move. The move is going to happen from my trunk. So I'm just going to turn. I'm going to hold here for a couple breaths. Remember to breathe though. Slowly back to the front. The other side. Now the next time we do this, I want you to notice if it feels different on one side versus the other. Back to the front. So you exhale, turn. So notice right now where you feel this. Back to the front. Inhale, exhale, twist. Does it feel different? Mine feels vastly different. This side, I hardly feel anything. On the first side, I feel a lot of things. And back to the front one more time. And back to the front and reaching your arms down. This time we're going to do about the same amount of twists, but this time it's going to be more of a fluid twist. So we're just going to kind of swing our arms back and forth. But it's still a small twist. It's a good release for your spine. And then just come to a stop, and then we can have a seat. And I'll come up a little bit closer. Come up a little bit closer. So we're going to do sort of the same thing we did with our torso, but just with our head. So you're going to turn just your head 45. And then you're going to reach your ear back towards your glutes. So the back of your neck shouldn't feel crunched up at all. It should be the side of your neck. And slowly lift your head. Slowly turn back to front. Turn, so you're on that 45-degree angle. Then lower your ear. Keep your jaw relaxed. Slowly lift. Turn back to front. Turn. Lower. Slowly lift. Back to front one more time. Turn. Slowly lift. Back to the front. This one we know. Ear towards the shoulder. Let's just flex that opposite hand. Slowly lift and to the other side. Slowly lift, one hand behind your back, your hand on your head, nose goes towards your underarm. Slowly lift, we'll switch sides. Slowly lift, okay. We're gonna do our painting. So thinking about your nose as a paintbrush, you're gonna draw an infinity sign. So a sideways figure 8. It's your nose. Nice and slowly. Don't stare at the end of your nose. And then let's put that in reverse. This is one of the most effective and gentlest ways to release tension in the neck. And then come back to neutral. And then we're going to do a figure 8. And then put that in reverse. And then we're going to rub our palms together. And you're just going to palm your eyes for a couple breaths. And then, my watch strap is magnetic and it attached itself right to my microphone. Okay, this next one is a little bit weird. What you're going to do is you're going to lower your head as you try to look up. So it's very peculiar. And then you lift your head as you look down. And again, lower your chin as you look up. Look down as you lift your chin. Come back to neutral. And then last one is you're going to turn one way as you look the opposite. It's tricky and it feels weird. Slowly back to the front, other direction. Slowly to the front. Oh, one more time. Back to front. And if you're wondering how that is related to your neck, if you take a couple of fingers and you put it in your occiput in that little divot in the back of your head, and you move your eyes around, you should be able to feel those muscles move a little bit. It's kind of creepy, actually. So that just helps to release some of the tension that we're holding through our eyes and through those ocular muscles. Anyway, let's go do a shoulder stretch. So when you're done, make sure you comment here on Facebook that you participated so we can count your participation minutes. If you are watching this outside of Facebook and it is the week of June 8th, 2021, you can send Ashley an email and tell her that you did the class. If you don't have her email address, then don't worry about it. I figured the people who are relevant would have her email address. And let's switch. Something's going on upstairs. And we'll reach back. And then we'll reach up and slightly over. And to the opposite side. And back up. Let's reach back. If you have a back of your chair, you can grab onto that. Otherwise, just reach through your fingertips, opening through your chest. And then we'll make a fist. Grab onto the fist around through your back. Lower your arms down. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. And then each finger touching to the thumb, trying to make rounder circles. Dexterity. And then same thing with straight fingers. And then pointer finger and thumb, pinky finger and thumb, try to go opposite. And some wrist circles. Other way. I'm going to screech back here. We'll relax our hands. We'll do some ankle circles. And switch directions. And then we'll do our windshield wiper. And we'll switch sides. Switch directions. And then windshield wiper. And bring the leg down. Shoulder rolls. And we're going to bring our palms up. And just to confuse you, we're going to rotate our cuff. Two more. Bring your arms down. Let's reach down. Slowly come on up. Reach. Come on up. One more time either side. Getting a bit of a stretch through our hips. And then we're going to finish off with some seated cat and cow. Hands on our thighs, fingers pointing towards one another, pressing down, rounding up. One more. And very last thing we're going to do is a little bit of deep breathing. So you can sit back in your chair if you wish. Hands resting on your lap. Closing your eyes. If you have music going, you may want to pause it. And then just taking some nice deep breaths. Feeling your ribs expand, your chest lift. One more nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, open your eyes. Deep breath in with both arms. And out. And again, breathing in. And out. One last time. And just like that, Rose, we are finished. Let's go say goodbye to everybody. So make sure you comment to say that you participated, right? And we will see you on Thursday. And hopefully next week will be our last week virtual and we'll be able to go back to in-person classes. Anyway, let me just pause this music. Let's have a wonderful day. Stay hydrated. Don't get too hot. And I will see you next time. Bye.